and welcome to another episode of the CULTRAS Football Podcast with myself, James Allen, the wondrous Michael Wooten, and the fabulous Dion Viteza. And this, I'm sorry, I'm a can of Ciroc Deep. That's not a sponsor. That's just Mondays. And we are joined today by the wonderful, the host of the Chelsea Echo, a Barber. The most sharp-dressed man on Twitter, so to speak, judging by his Twitter bio. The wonderful, the fantastic, the magnificent. I'm running out of adjectives. It's Louis Beneventi, everybody.
We said we'd stop doing the clap, but it doesn't work.
Oh
yeah,
sorry. No, Louis, for the second time, because this is the second week in a row. I think that we've got a Chelsea fan.
Because we can't hear that, he's going.
I just silenced the man, pursing his lips very close to the screen. It's like, I know you said doing a theatre degree was hard, but I didn't think Babe Station was going to be on the cast anytime soon. Come on, don't.
And you can give £1.50 a minute at the patreon.com/culture_.
Thank you so much for coming onto the podcast. Really, really appreciate you spending your time with us. Chelsea in the Barclaysman era. Let's talk. A lot of people will look at your Mourinho's, your Villas-Boas, your Grants, your Ancelottis,
your Grant.
However,
Chelsea had a few of them.
Discounting, yes, yeah. Discounting, your Drogba's, your Hazards. Do you think Chelsea have got true Barclaysmen?
No, whenever see, this is a big discussion I was having when we were talking Barclaysmen over that international break when you guys blew up the internet. And
still selling bathrooms, no use.
Yeah. Don't worry, mate. Don't worry. We've all been there. I screamed down a camera at age 16. Thought it'd take me somewhere. It didn't. But obviously that's not why I did it. I just had a very, very bad day when we lost to Southampton that year. That was the team of Barclaysmen. I think when you talk Barclaysmen, I don't think you can really say the top teams unless there was a player who was just absolutely unbelievable for a year and then left for a
Can I throw one at you?
I think because I'm going to go quickly because I've got the hat on, the partisan hat on. Branislav Ivanovic played for years for Chelsea, but I feel embodies Barclaysman spirit.
I think it's the name as well, isn't it? If he was called like Dave Smith, even.
Well,
if it was
like go the other way, then it go like Dave Jones off Wolves or something.
Yeah,
there's not many 6'5" brick shithouse right backs around. So
no, it's true. But I reckon they're making a comeback now. Because everyone's talking. What I really find funny now is that everyone's talking about how football's changing and adapting, and they use Twitter tactical words and they go on to adjective, and synonyms and try and use big words. Like my favourite thing that I've seen is someone was talking about Mudryk and how when he kicked the ball, he had technical empathy. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, can you do me a favour? But it's it's like, so when they play a three at the back, the back tucked in. No. You've just got a back four, which, when maybe the fullback goes forward, but you've got a back four and one of those fullbacks is usually a centre-back now. Manchester City, like they're not inverting the pyramid here. They're not making it different. Josko Vardio is a centre-back. Nathan Ake is a centre-back that's happened to play on the left. So, the brick shithouse is coming back, as is the number 10, and I'm loving it.
James, I think Van der Ven's a great example of that. Like, just a ridiculously quick fucking, do you know what I mean? Just like, I think but it's possibly because he's in a Postecoglou team, which is like, that's the highest level of freedom you're getting. Just don't bother defending. Just see what happens. Have a laugh.
To give an example, a very Barclaysman example of the example you just gave there, James was embroiled in a bit of a Twitter war while sat having his 5-course meal at the racecourse the other day by a gentleman stating that George Ellakobi was in fact a left-back and not a centre-back, despite playing everywhere else but Wolves at left-back. And I think that rubbed you up the wrong way while you're having your beef Wellington.
James Allen uses Wikipedia. He's a fraud. Get over yourself. Get over yourself, mate. Get over yourself. You see yourself, jump over him. Get over it.
I think he is a centre-back.
You've been on transfer market, have you? And you had 3 appearances at centre-back. That's what constitutes a centre-back.
What about Hilario?
Oh,
He was just shit.
Exactly.
No. If you're talking Barclaysman, Lenny Pidgley. That is.
Yeah,
That's a goalkeeper. Lenny Pidgley. I'd argue Isa Del Horno, left back maybe.
Oh, Del Horno, yeah, he was one of the originals, wasn't he?
But I see that. Balletti was too good. I think Balletti's
the hardest.
He's a tough one. I mean, Steve Sidwell.
The hardest answer on the 7 players to win the Premier League, World Cup, and Champions League question that I do when pissed. The hardest one.
What about Alex?
Alex is 100%. Yeah.
Josh McEachran.
No.
Josh McEachran.
He's got to be there, hasn't he?
No, okay, you know what? There are Barclaysmen, but I think
Melchior, of course.
Mario. Okay. I'd say Chelsea post 2004. Yeah. I'd say it's really hard to say Barclaysman. Mario Melchior absolutely is. Gronkier. I think it's tough because Chelsea had that period where Ruud Gullit, Gianluca Vialli, Roberto Di Matteo. It's like you got players there which were absolutely unbelievable. But Ruud Gullit was at the end of his career, so does he constitute a Barclaysman? It's like, this is the problem, lads. The biggest problem I had was you guys laid out the parameters, right? You got your parameters for Barclaysman, and then everyone jumped on it, and then people started to mess it up. And I'm looking at Brentford and Brighton. Wankers. They are not Barclaysmen. Brian and Buemo is about as much as a Barclaysman as I can shag a supermodel. It's not going to happen. All right, let's just like get that out there right now, right?
Oh, sorry. What's that I hear? Oh, I'm in agreement with you, Louis. It sounds like a broken record.
Shag a supermodel.
It sounds like a broken record coming from a G-Tech. It's the sounds of record scratches at the Amex. In 10 years' time, Brentford and Brighton, you will be deemed as Barclaysmen.
You'll be relevant. Nobody hates you.
Sponsorless, man.
No, I hate Brighton. I hate Brighton.
Got to let it through.
Brighton fans are the most annoying fucking people I've ever met in my life. Honestly. Oh, my God. I'm never going to get over it. We played them in the League Cup last year. They had one good season, right? They come to Stamford Bridge. I have one guy, right? And I'm thinking, you think very typical Brighton here, right? You got, the geezer who, like, it's not even the tote bag. It's just like he's wearing a really oversized tie-dye Carhartt jumper, like cargos. He's got his little beanie on. He can't, he's basically got really long hair, not because he can't have a haircut, but because, he's trying to be edgy because he went on a gap year on mummy and daddy's money. And he goes, someone goes, I'm walking there to go towards the ground, sticks his arm out with his mates. Yeah, Louis, are you ready to see a seagull maul a lion? How about you fuck off, mate? All right, get lost. One good season. Oh, it's so annoying. And they pay for everything they own. It's so annoying. They're like the X. It really pisses me off. Sorry, I'm done. That's it.
No,
Barclaysman.
Can I just say, Louis, there's nothing that brings me joy more. I'll use an example in a minute. There's nothing that brings me more joy and happiness in life than someone from London saying "fuck off." That anecdote was perfect. My father-in-law and mother-in-law, they live next door to a Chelsea fan. He's a lovely man. But every time I go round, if it's during like a match day, I can just hear him next door go, "Oh, fuck off, Mudrick!" It brings me so much. It's just, it's orgasmic.
Would you not class Yuri Zhirkov as a Barclaysman?
Speaking of orgasmic, Zhirkov.
And for me, Yuri Zhirkov was just crap. Like he just wasn't like I like Barclaysman. There needs to be a moment or 2 or 3 moments where those players were really good. Like they have like one purple patch. No. Like we're talking about players that'll be classed as Barclaysman in a few years' time. Jean-Philippe Mateta will be a Barclaysman, but right now it's like he's like he had that really good purple patch, but he's bang average. Like
then we're close to teetering the lines between prime Barclays and a Barclaysman there, though, aren't we? Who are the players that made you feel something inside? And Yuri Zhirkov running up the left-hand side or right-hand side, whatever it was. That invokes a lot of feelings in a Chelsea fan's heart, I'm guessing. By the amount of trophies I can see behind you.
No.
No.
I mean, for me, he didn't. I think when he came on, it was because he was signed because he was Roman Abramovich's mate, and everyone knew it. So as he came on, it's like Roman's mate's coming on, right? Sound, like game's done, we're all sorted. It's like players. I mean, it's the Solomon Kalu's. I think this world.
Yeah,
maybe Florent Malouda, John Obi Mikel. Actually, no, Mikel is not even. Mikel was just really, really good. Like I just love Mikel. In hindsight, I hated him at the time. I thought it was bloody pointless every time he came on. But now I understood why he was there.
Victor Moses.
Yeah.
Oh, funny enough, he was on my list potentially, but I took him off because I thought he teeters the line between Barclays and New Era, and you got to be very, very careful with those ones. Those ones I wasn't too sure about. Quaresma, I don't think he played enough. I don't think
he played in that horrible kit with the collar, didn't he?
Yeah, but then Quaresma, I think. The worst kit we had was that neon kit, which in hindsight was absolutely beautiful. That neon green one that literally lit up in the dark. It was fantastic.
I'd be remiss
best
if I
kit we had
didn't
though
say
was the 04-05 season. You had the kit which you could flip over. So it had the white and had the blue and the black line stand up. Then you flipped it, and it was black with the silver. Oh, beautiful! Honestly, they don't make kits like that anymore.
I'd be remiss if I didn't say Celestine Babayaro though.
Barclaysman, absolutely a Barclaysman. And I saw he made your list. I saw that. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm happy with it. I was surprised out, to be honest. I was a bit like, how many Chelsea players are actually Barclaysmen? I was like, I purposely tried to avoid it because I just feel we were too good. I don't like Barclaysman.
I don't know.
I always think about those players that I signed as a kid on FIFA that were from clubs that, like John Carew for me, was like, he had 1 or 2 good seasons, but I signed him just because I loved him on FIFA all the time. He was one of those players where like they weren't in those clubs which were going for titles all the time, but they're the ones that made you feel something and you enjoyed watching them. Those are the ones that's what I define as a Barclaysman for me.
Well, you've mentioned one of them that was a number 9 in Steve Sidmel. What about one of your best number 9s potentially in that time? And that's Franco Di Santo. He's got to be classed as a Chelsea's Barclaysman. He's a Barclaysman god, especially in James's eyes. He's seen him on a wall in Maribor.
He had like 6 appearances for us. He's a Wiggins, Barclaysman, surely.
But he had the number 9 shirt at Chelsea.
Was Christian Atsu at Chelsea? Didn't he get loaned out?
Rest in peace.
No, he came through our academy. Christian Atsu came through our academy. Marco van Ginkel, that's a good one as well. Stoke.
Yes.
He was he came. We got him from PSV when he was young.
Well, he was a bit like that. Who was that other Brazilian that everyone thought? No, I know he's not Brazilian, but there was a Brazilian team. Yeah, not Kennedy. What was he called? Everyone
Lucas Piazon.
Piazon, that's it. Yeah,
Lucas Piazon. Yeah. I think we only got him off our books last year or the year before.
Yeah.
No, there's also as well a Chelsea loanees, the king of Chelsea loanees, Jamal Blackman. Which is like J.K. Rowling naming a black character for one, and he was on loan until last year. He's like 29. He's been on loan for like 13 years.
I could lighten the mood by saying Claudio Pizarro.
Well, I'm just looking at this. I think my stats are correct. Do you know who Franco Di Santo inherited the number 9 shirt off of Chelsea?
Shevchenko, maybe.
Khalid Boularus.
Boularus. What a player.
They had no respect for the 9 shirt, Mourinho, did he?
Have you ever heard the story about why Steve Sidwell got the number 9 shirt?
Take it away.
So basically, he was he obviously came to Chelsea. There was that window. It was only 3 transfers. So it was him, Claudio Pizarro, Tal Ben Haim were the 3 big ones, right? And he got on. He came to Chelsea, all that sort of stuff. I think it was they were pre-season. They were getting on the coach, right? And he hadn't figured out his squad number yet, and he just assumed that Pizarro was going to take the number 9 because obviously striker. And then Mourinho just came up to him and just pointed and went, "You have the number 9." It's just like, okay, it's just like, right? How does that work? But it's just ridiculous. Mourinho only did it really to spite Abramovich, because he hadn't given him any money that summer. He just went, I need to improve the squad, so I'll just do this.
There's a bit in the there was a Liverpool documentary years ago, narrated by Clive Owen, that follows Brendan Rodgers' first year, and it's one of the most awful things I've ever watched as a Liverpool fan. There's a bit where Joe Allen signs because
is that the one where he says, "You said steady"? You said that one.
Yeah. Very playing back home. There's a bit where Joe Allen comes in and he's choosing a squad number, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know what to pick because I don't know what number he was at Swansea. He might have been 24 actually." And Brendan Rodgers comes from around the corner like David Brent and goes, 69. And the whole, like, the contract guy, the press, everyone's just like, And he's like, and he repeats it, goes, 69. Oh, Brendan, you've fallen flat.
It's the stuff, wasn't it? There was a player on the Under the Cosh podcast who was talking about how at Swansea, Brendan Rodgers just did a whole team talk in Spanish, despite the fact that no one in the team was Spanish. It's like, it's just fucking brilliant. It's like, to be fair, lads, you recognise it was Spanish. You know what I mean? Like, it could have been anything. And, it's like, fair play to him. So clearly speaks a little bit of Spanish. So, it wasn't completely wasted, was it?
Dos cervezas, por favor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. it's like me. I've done it a few times. Hackney Marshes, mate. Right. I remember we had the whole point with our team, Imperial Wharf. We had like lads from like random places playing for us, and I speak Italian, of course. I did French at A level because I got that to a good standard.
Oh.
And Spanish, I've watched Money Heist, so I had a rough understanding of that. And basically, I just remember being on the touchline and winding up everywhere playing by speaking French to the winger. It's great. It's just like, you fucking speak English if you're here, mate. What are you fucking talking about? Ici à quoi? C'est très bien, merci. It's over there. It's loved it. Great. It's winding people up speaking other languages in this country is fantastic.
That's amazing. Speaking of Italian, before we move on to the main body of the pod, Fionn made a suggestion that your surname Beneventi was in relation to the club Benevento.
The witches of Benevento.
Alas, it is not. However, you did allude to a story behind your name. Care you to tell it?
So I've been doing some digging over the past sort of 6 months with my dad, right? Because there's no sort of like there's no paperwork really. Italy, when it comes to getting paper sort of everything, you just forget it, right? That's the reason. So just again, background with that to add more background and more colour. When my family came over from Italy to here, they could never get any paperwork done at the Italian consulate, and it remains the same to this day. So if you want to get any paperwork done, just forget it. You're going to be waiting at least 7 working days to get a signature if you're standing in the queue. But what they used to do was there's a place in Soho called Bar Italia, which is like the spiritual home of Italians in the UK pretty much, where they'd all flood out of a church in Clerkenwell, St. Peter's Italian church, and then go down to Soho, and they'd sit in there and read, Gazzetta, they'd read Il Messaggero, they read all that sort of stuff, sit with all, my dad would sit with my granddad and all his Italian mates, and they'd all be sitting there doing nothing but talking shit. But then also they'd be giving papers and stuff to each other because you couldn't get it at consulate. So you get people getting passports and all that sort of stuff in the middle of this coffee bar. It's fantastic. So to add more colour to that and the situation, that you take that to the actual country, if it's bad here with the people who are actually trying to, get everything sorted, you may as well forget it in Italy because nothing ever gets done, especially in the month of August. So we tried to look into our family history, but because sort of my grandparents, they're literally from a little village in the middle of nowhere, we can't find anything. But the story goes that what happened was my family are from Emilia-Romagna, from a little village called Pavullo, which is near Bologna and Modena. So Modena's my team in Italy. Which was managed by Hernan Crespo at one point. There's our Barclays reference there.
Very quick, I was at Bolton away. Any lads at the Borough game? Any lads at the Borough game last year at Bolton away can verify this. I was waiting on a 500 quid bet. The last team was playing was Modena and a 91st minute winner. So up the fucking Canaries.
Exactly, mate. It's exactly Forza Canalini. They're owned by Stone Island as well, which is fun. So that's the whole thing. But anyway, that's by the by. So the story goes that somebody from Benevento murdered somebody down there, pretty much, and then went on the run and then decided just to go to Emilia Romagna and went, do you know what? I'll change my name to Beneventi. And I was like, what? That doesn't make it. It's not like that big blatantly obvious. But then at that point, you realise this is when Italy had just been unified, and you still can't get paperwork done now. So pretty much, he was never caught. Nothing ever happened. So yeah, basically, to anybody who wonders about me and everything, just don't fuck with me. Just don't fuck with me. Basically, it'd be like me changing. I'd murder somebody, right, and then I'd move to Middlesbrough and change my name to Londinium. So this is like, hello, I'm Louis Londinium. Didn't someone like? I don't know what you're talking about, mate. Not a clue. What? It's just like, but I did the digging. It's actually true. It's like, oh my god. So my family have roots in a murder. So we are mafiosos, if anything. But
So do you class yourself as a fan then of Modena? Then do you follow them, or is it? Just
I follow Modena. Yeah. So I went to my first game there last year. It's some of the worst football I've ever seen. But it was just great to be there. I've got a football shirt because I ordered one years ago from my mate who worked there. He got it for my birthday, and then someone in my poster at my old flats nicked it. And there was a number 80 Ronaldinho Brazil shirt in there as well, which was seething about. But then it all kind of came out Millhouse because I went on to classic football shirts before I went out there last April. And I picked up a match worn Modena shirt by the one and only captain of Ghana, John Mensah, who was, I've still got that shirt, he's still there.
Match worn Mensah.
I went out to Modena with that, watched it. Match worn Mensah, I was offered €300 for it, and I really considered it, but I didn't want to stand there topless. I was thinking that probably wouldn't be the best idea because no one wanted to see that. But it's I'm getting back in contact with him because I found another couple of Modena shirts. Going to get that and I'm giving that shirt. So £300 in the bank, yes please. Wham bam, thank you, man. So I'll get that done. But yeah, I went to watch my first game there at the quality.
Wow.
No. I mean, I think Modena match just after this podcast, the price of Modena match shirts is going to skyrocket. So I got to be very careful, lads. I ain't got any more match worn shirts. I've got about 66 shirts though, so I've got to hang them all up.
Dudes.
That sparked a new segment for this podcast. Was John Mensah a member of Mensa? I don't know the answer, but I'm sure we'll stay tuned next week and we'll let you know.
There was two John Mensahs, wasn't there? Was there John
Mensah? He's not a Barclays. I call him Big John, mate. You know what I mean? Big John Mensah. Yeah. Stick him in there. So big Johnny boy. I've tried to. I might be doing basically one of the things I want to do. We wanted to do like a documentary series, and Modena is one of the ones we want to do. And I just want to interview John Mensah for no reason apart from the fact he played for Modena. So I don't know anything about you. I know you played for Sunderland and captain Ghana once or twice, but do you like Parmesan?
Is the Ferrari factory not in Modena?
It's in Maranello.
Is it
Pavarotti? My cousin works in the factory.
Wow.
I've got a fantastic Pavarotti story as well.
Oh, here we go. This is why we're here.
Right. You want to talk about Italians and like when fresh, you're talking full on fresh off the boat, right? It's one of my last memories of my granddad before he passed away. He lived in Wood Green in his house, right? He had an old TV set and he had like a dodgy aerial which got Rai Uno, which is obviously like the Italian equivalent of the BBC. So he sat there watching Rai, right? On the day Pavarotti died. And he used to work as a fry cook at Frank's Snap Bar in Olympia. So it'd be really funny. You go in there, I always tell stories, and I've still never been, but my dad said as a kid. And because my granddad didn't understand what people ordered, he'd always give them the wrong thing, but they just eat it anyway because they love Bruno. It was great. So, your sausage, sit down, this. He said, that's this. No, I wanted that. Oh, you're fine. You're sausage, you'll be fine. Take it. Sit down, go there, sorry. He sits there, right? And it's the day Pavarotti died, right? It was his funeral. And I always remember he was always really funny, right? But I saw him being really pensive. I didn't understand what was going on. So I must have been about 8. I was about 8. and just sat on the floor, right? And he was sat in his chair with his arms spread like this, looking straight down the telly. Me and my dad just looking at him like, what's going on? Like, you're right, Nonno. He's not fucking dead. So what? So he's like, he's awfully fucking money, or he doesn't know he's not dead. He's just getting all the royalties. He got more money. You don't fucking need it. I don't know why he's doing it. And to the day he died, it was adamant Pavarotti was still alive. And it's this things. So I'm going to go on the hunt for Pavarotti and modern
Italian 2-pack.
Yeah. You could say he's not dead. He's just nesting dormant.
Oh,
yeah.
Fucking leave. That's cow. Oh, that's a waste. You wasted everyone's fucking time. Performing arts degree, mate. You couldn't even get into fucking pantomime. What is this? Jesus Christ.
Anyway, time to say goodbye.
Oh, that's Pacelli. Never mind.
No, it's anyway. From Bocelli to Barclaysmen, that was a terrible segue.
It's better than the fucking joke you made, I'll tell you that.
This makes me laugh a lot, Louis, because I love when James gets bullied. But he will be thinking about this for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
So just
I will be giving myself one of those
Chinese burn.
Yeah. You ruined it for Louis Beneventi.
If you're gonna self-harm, do it properly. Get a toaster, get in the bath. I'll buy it for
you. Speaking of death, by the way, Christian Atsu. No, that's a bit beyond the pale, really.
A playful pun on Pavarotti. Filth.
Bit of death.
Filth is what we want.
Bit of death.
Disgusted, horrible. Too soon.
Sponsored by Morphy Richards. Right, here we go. we are creating the ultimate Barclaysman 11. We've done keepers, we've done right backs, we've done centre backs, we've done left backs. We're moving up the pitch.
Have we done left wing? Did we do left wingers?
No, left wing's next.
We're doing right.
As Keir Starmer said in the fucking meeting. Have we done left wingers? Yeah.
It's harmless.
My right wing choice is Adolf Hitler or maybe Joseph Koenig. I haven't decided.
Hey, Mussolini doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Hey, don't forget to buy the wristband. Let's focus on right wingers in the football world. We are choosing 3 each to put forward for our Barclays 11, and it will be decided by you, the public, as to who will fill the right spots. Have we done the polls on Instagram yet, Mike?
No.
No. Right, we'll
all about them. We'll pop them on. Yeah, we'll pop them on.
We're miles. This episode is being recorded in like 2023, essentially. Anyway, so.
Like Bill Brown's whole city turning up at Man United, we are unorganised. But we will plough on with our right wing search. So, who would like to go first?
Let's let the guest go first.
He's
done a lot of research, and he's had a mate still texting him as we arrived on.
Literally, as he's been. I made the mistake. I made the mistake of telling my friends, lads, I'm going on the CULTRAS podcast. Which you usually get. It's got a better reaction than what I usually get. Lads, I'm on TalkSport today. Oh, right, okay, sound. Oh my God, Louis, we got all these fucking names here. Oh, great, lads, thanks. Now, great, but we've got the list is extensive, and I couldn't quite. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't get it down to 3. I've got my 2, and I've got the third one I put forward. I've got a couple of honourable mentions though.
We're happy with honourable mentions, mate. Phil's time before we all die.
Yeah,
so it's all good.
I mean,
before we go all the way of Christian Atsu. Last death joke.
I've got Adam Johnson as my honourable mention right now. No, it's not. I've gone for I've got someone who fits both the categories I've been asked, but I'll save them for later. So my 3, I've got Hatem Ben Arfa, Nathan Dyer, and Robert Snodgrass.
Snodgrass.
Oh, yes.
That's strong. I remember Snodgrass, my mum went, my mum was like, I remember like she heard it on Match of the Day. I said, that name sounds horrible.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do about that?
He sounds like he'll sell you kind of Harry Potter-based drugs in Diagon Alley. Who's that? It's Robert Snodgrass.
Yeah.
No, I've always thought he sounds and looks like one of the really shit characters in the Guy Ritchie British gangster movie. Like he'd be in The Gentleman, but he'd be one of the blokes hanging up in the freezer. That's what I'm just Snodgrass, mate. I fucking watch it if I was you. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, sir. You know I respect you. No, please.
Listen to you fucking slag. Straight in the freezer.
Famously Scottish, of course.
Yeah. Robert Snodgrass with the guy who's got his head stuck in the car in Snatch.
Yes, yeah.
Scottish bloke.
One of the only players who plays for Scotland who isn't from the east end of London. To be fair.
They ain't getting much doing it. I love that scene.
It was phenomenal for Leeds in League One. Remember when he first come up, I thought he's never going to make it with a name like that, and then Norwich took him and he flew. So fair play to Sanders.
It's a bit.
Yeah,
he made the heady heights of West Ham. He was blowing bubbles for a while.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, he was good at West Ham.
He maintained an altitude.
Yeah.
He didn't fly, but he maintained that.
Here's your captain, Robert Snodgrass. Here, crazy near 35,000 feet. Flying as a Glasgow. Is there, what did he fucking say? What? It's like, where is he? What?
Was it Snodgrass who got booed on the arena show of like which is like Under the Cosh or one of them? He did some Scottish, whatever he's called, Cy Ferry, is it? The Scottish guy. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he got booed for telling a really long story that went nowhere.
Well, I've just quickly looked at his Wikipedia, and he's got 2 entries into his personal life, and both of them are about a warrant for his arrest. So,
fucking love it! I hate Scotland. You get straight there.
That's proper Barclays. That you have to have at least one. You have to have at least one suspicion of arrest.
One in January 2011 for failing to turn up to court for an alleged driving offence. A Leeds spokesman said that non-appearance was due to a misunderstanding. And then in 2017, another arrest for failing to attend his trial for allegedly driving in Glasgow with a baby being held in the arms of a passenger. And again, his absence was due to a misunderstanding.
So if you're fucking understanding this, I don't want to fucking come. You fuck off, you bastard. You. It's like, here, fucking understanding it. You fucking
We've got fucking Birmingham away. I'm not going to fucking Crown Court.
Only retired last season.
Huh? Who's he playing for most of it? Was it Hull?
Well, he was at Luton, and then he retired at Hearts.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And West Brom have got a feature on their website called 10 Things You'll Want to Know About Robert Snodgrass.
I can guarantee you I want to know none of those things.
But that's precisely why, with all the journalistic integrity that I have, I need to know those things now.
Yeah.
So it's like the 10 things you need to know. I really like. I guess I like cheese specifically coming from East Kilbride.
East Kilbride cheese.
It's like those Match magazine features in the noughties where they haven't interviewed the player; they've just like made something up. Like, oh, we're interviewing Mark Noble. Oh, I love sausages. They're my favourite. Get in my tummy. He hasn't said that. He hasn't said that.
No, I bet Mark Noble has said that. Yeah. No, look, Paul, I'm the governor. That's what, fucking Mark Noble material.
There's absolutely...
My favourite thing was it was the meme that went around when he didn't get into the England squad for 2016, where it was like, right, lads, I'm never fucking playing for England. I'm fucking off to Marbella. And it was like a made-up tweet. Where he just
he got on Sky Sports.
It's just it's got Sky Sports because I thought he was being serious. Oh, what a man George Weah's cousin is.
Yeah.
Oh,
great.
Or lady. We'll never know, as it is Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Who were the 2 picks, sorry?
I've
we
gone
went
for
extensively
Hatem Ben
into the
Arfa.
Snodgrass. Oh,
Hatem Ben Arfa is my obvious one. I had to get him in just because I absolutely adored Hatem Ben Arfa. and Nathan Dyer. But I think
Premier League
specifically
winner.
because he featured in that team for Swansea, was absolutely unbelievable. I think he was linked with the move to Chelsea at one point. We never signed him, thank Christ. But then obviously his career kind of went down the pan a bit. They went on loan to Leicester thinking, he's not really going to do anything. He goes and wins the league and they're like fighting relegation.
He won. He got also, aside from winning the Premier League, which some might say is an achievement, he also got the salute celebration on FIFA. So there you go.
Wow.
There you go. Yeah. It wasn't on there before Nathan Dyer was giving it all that with louder up Swansea.
Yeah, like I said, I've got that extensive. I've only got allowed 3. So any names that you guys don't mention, I will put forward.
Lovely.
Quick interesting stat then on Robert Snodgrass. He's got a 100% record against 8 different clubs. And they are Bristol City, Scunthorpe, Stockport, Cheltenham, Crewe, Rotherham, Wolves.
Why? Is that not Roy Chubby Brown's tour for 2025? Cheltenham, Crewe, Scunthorpe.
Cheltenham's a bit
it sounds like what John Bishop's going to do when his career goes down the pan. Everyone forgets about it in about 15 years' time.
Now, if you do not know. Okay. Sorry, apologies.
What's it? I'll go next. With me.
Go on then, sub.
With me players. Forgotten to. Oh yeah, the only player born in Malaysia to play in the Premier League, Sean Maloney.
Sean Maloney was born in Malaysia.
Sean Maloney was born in Malaysia. There you go.
Pocket.
Well, fun fact about Malaysia, by the way, Kiernan Dewsbury Halls actually could play for England or Malaysia. So
really?
You know.
Huh? What is it? Is like grandmother or something?
Yeah, very much. Like
it's just like there's only very few players I've heard like a real geographical place in the name. Like Kiernan Dewsbury Town Hall is a real place you can go and visit. So there you go. Anyway, moving on. We've got who did I just say? I've just forgot. Sean Maloney, the goal against United. You know, the cinema, absolute cinema,
wonderful.
Aidan McGeady, because he loves the IRA, so I love him.
Yeah.
Except he's from Scotland, but it's close enough. It'll do. Yeah.
No, but he's like. There's an interview of him where he goes, "Yeah, I want to play for Ireland." And he's like, "Well, fuck off then." And then
I absolutely, I love Ireland. I absolutely love Ireland. It's in Sunderland's like that, isn't it? That's the best bit. And they're having a snowball fight. Giddles, little fucking giddles, all of you bastards. Hey, mate, snowballs, we got it.
I forgot that.
Who do you think you are, mate? Well, if you don't like snowballs, why don't you go join the RA and petrol bombs then? How about that? Jesus Christ, wasting everyone's time. That's what he's basically saying they should do.
Didn't McGeady move to Spartak Moscow?
He did. Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Went to Moscow, then I think he was in the same team with Billy Letdinov twice, if I'm not wrong. Everton and Spartak Moscow.
Wow.
McGeady and Billy Letdinov.
Yeah. We've mentioned this before, but Billy Letdinov is now serving on the front lines in Ukraine.
Yeah, hasn't it?
As according to 2023. Anyway.
What position was he again?
Billy Letdinov.
Gunner. Oh, right, sorry.
That was if he was a centre forward, he clearly get that. The Ukrainians aren't going to need to worry about that, are they? Just constantly going over his head all the time.
Volume grenades.
So yeah, McGeady for being in the row, Maloney for sort of probably loves the row as well with a name like Maloney. I'm going to do 2. I'll do an honourable mention first, and then honourable mention first. Honourable mention first. Andres D'Alessandro, war number 4, sort of more of an attacking midfielder. But I was reminded.
Wonderful player.
I was reminded of the existence of Dennis Romerdal before we did this. So Dennis Romerdal, because I nearly supported Charlton. I like Dennis Romerdal that much.
Well,
when I was a kid.
I think we've all been there.
Yeah. So I could have been an addict. Well,
did they ever sing the chant at Borough? They could be Romerdal or anyone. Did that ever lift off?
Borough? No, because he never played for Middlesbrough.
All right.
There we go.
Charlton, yeah.
There's an article online that says he once wore Ugg boots on the bench for Charlton. There you go.
Before they were in fashion.
Before they were in fashion, yeah, to keep his feet warm in a winter's game. So
They're still not in fashion.
Well, they are in the Romerdale household, Louis.
Yeah, but see, Dennis Romerdale wore him, and then I remember Robbie Savage wore him on Match of the Day, and he got absolutely torn apart. That was hilarious. It's like Crocs. Crocs were the sign that someone's life was going down the pan. Now everyone's like, "Oh, I've got a pair of Crocs, and I put them in sport mode." It's like, really? Come on, mate.
Wearing some right now.
wear some sliders like a real Barclaysman. They're too big.
Well, I've done mine, so I'll pass it to James as he's got his concerned puppy face on after his Romerdale faux pas there. So,
I'm saying, James, I'm hoping these are better than James. I really hope these are better than what you were saying about your really fucking awful Pavarotti jokes. All right, so I'm really going to judge you quite heavily here. You're going to be.
Hold on. First clue.
Sorry, it looked like you were wanking there for a little bit. Not gonna lie. All I could see was that. I was a bit like, "What's going on here?" Like,
is it Michael Bublé?
What am I doing?
Frank Nublet.
Oh, West Ham blowing bubbles. Nublet, we've cracked it.
He played for West Ham. He played for Liverpool. He played for Chelsea. He played for Arsenal. I'm, of course, talking about Yossi Benayoun. I loved Yossi Benayoun when he was at Liverpool. He scored against the 8-0 against Besiktas in the Champions League. He scored a goal in the 4-4 draw against Arsenal, and I think he got knocked out whilst he scored it.
He got kicked in the face, didn't he?
He did, yes.
Yeah.
I think by Giroud, maybe.
Maybe. And then he got kicked in the arse by Basingwa at Anfield.
Yeah. Perfectly fine tackle. Yeah.
Everyone focused on, I think when we got him and Mascherano, I think everyone was sort of focused on Mascherano, but I think we had like an abundance of like, I don't know, there was like Tennant Benayoun, Cal played on the right and left sometimes, Ryan Babel and Albert Riera. We had like a sort of a kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
An abundance.
Collection of wingers.
Yeah.
a gaggle of right wingers.
A monastery of wingers.
They were all
a
like,
political party of right wingers.
They were all like
Reform UK.
Really. It felt like they could you could interchange them and it would be absolutely fine. And I just really gravitated towards it.
He was so consistent, wasn't he?
Yes,
Even only 15, 20 minutes a game. He was
And a great player to mention whilst recording on October the 7th, of course.
63 and 8 for West Ham. 92 and 18 for Liverpool. So he's a captain and goal. He didn't score 92 goals and 18 appearances. That's fucking mental. Then he went on loan to Chelsea. 14 appearances. One goal, and then to Arsenal, 19 appearances, 4 goals. But yeah, I was a big fan. Secondly, I've gone for Spurs. There's no prop here, so I'm just going to list the clubs.
Get your boots out. Yeah.
Everton, Fulham, hair a little bit like mine. I am, of course, talking about Simon Davies.
Yes, he is.
Welsh wizard, but a bit of a silent wizard. Didn't really, sort of say a lot. Just got on the pitch, got on with his job. 121 caps for Spurs, 13 goals, 45 for Everton, 1 goal, 137 for Fulham, 13 goals. Part of that brilliant Europa League Cup run, runner-up. Hodgson against Atletico Madrid in the final. Just for
Diego Forlan hat-trick, that one. Again, another Barclaysman, a United Barclaysman.
I just thought he was fucking mint, and he was mint on FIFA, and I always signed him.
He used to score all the time. He was the right-wing version of Ryan Taylor. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And on good authority, one of my friends has met him, said he was lovely. Finally, on the Swansea trend, and he did play right wing before people messaged me in the comments. I've been on transfermarket.com. I have gone for Pablo Hernandez.
That's the message I got earlier on.
I said this to my listeners. Oh, I don't know. It comes like Pablo Hernandez. I checked transfer. He was on there.
Yeah, but I did say you could have had him.
Now, Swansea, I think, get a bit of a bad rap for being the sort of, it's a quintessential Barclays team. Oh, you can't pick them. Well, we can. For all of Michu's success, who was he propped up by? Dyer, Routledge, Allen, Hernandez,
Ki Sung-young.
Bourne, Ki Sung-young, Jose Fonte,
Chico Flores,
Alan Tate,
Angel Rangel.
Rangel.
Not Jose Fonte, Angel Rangel. That's what I was thinking of. Not Jose Fonte, Angel Rangel. Is that the one who Sam Allardyce laughed at?
No, Chico Flores.
No, that was Chico Flores.
That's what I was thinking.
Was it Tremel in goal at that point still? Or was it Michel Vaughan?
Sebastian Tremel.
Yeah, Tremel.
Gerhard Tremel.
Yeah.
And everyone banged on about Santi Cazorla. People weren't paying enough attention to Pablo Hernandez. I thought he was fantastic. Now, I've looked at the personal lives for these three players, and there isn't a lot going on. However, for Pablo Hernandez, he's married to the sister of professional golfer Sergio Garcia.
So, apart from that, Pablo Hernandez as well. Fuck off.
But let's just say the majority of his performances were over par, which in football is good, but in golf, bad. So an analogy that hasn't worked, but just remember the Pavarotti joke from earlier and chuckle. So I've gone for Yossi Benayoun, Simon Davies, and Pablo Hernandez. Over to you, Michael.
Wow. Well, thank you. I'm going to give my honourable mentions first because I think they're massive glaring errors that people are going to want to chuck in at some point if they could. And the first one is Wayne Routledge. Very much a journeyman in the early days of his career, then 10 years at Swansea. But massive Barclaysman. He's probably the least popular of these three honourable mentions that I'm going to chuck in. The second one, which is a glaring omission by us, is Brett Emerton.
Oh, yeah, that's a bad one.
Superb. Very good.
Now coaches the under-9s at his first club. Imagine turning up as a fellow who played 95 caps for the Socceroos. Coaching the under-9s, yeah. And
I didn't know he was Indian film.
And the other omission, Stelios Anakopoulos.
Oh, of course.
Yes, I did have him on he was on the fringe, he was.
Yeah,
I had it, but I just couldn't say his name, so I didn't bother putting it in.
So, as you can tell, with the level of omissions that I
all right, Volkswagen.
Oh, come on.
Speaking of Volkswagen, if there's any shirt restorers that can do me Wolfsburg shirt, yeah. Anyway, so the first one is a man who was named after the 18th dynasty ancient Egyptian ruler Akhenaten, and that is Akhenaten. It's of course Akhenaten Carlos Edwards, who played every minute of Trinidad and Tobago's World Cup campaign in 2006. He's now 44 years old, still playing at Hadley United.
Is that in Trinidad? That sounds like a very Trinidad kind of team name.
You're close, but you're way off. It's in Suffolk. And he was last season he was at Bury Town. The next option I've chosen is a man who made 283 appearances for Burnley between 1996 and 2004 before leaving and having spells at Reading and Portsmouth. It's, of course, Glenn Little. Now, I'm not going for pace here. I'm going for a traditional right-sided midfielder who can drop a shoulder and whip a cross in and then pant for about 15 minutes. But he didn't have to score a couple of wonder goals. And he owned a Grey Horse syndicate in the Burnley dressing room as well. And in 2018, this might excite James a little bit. In 2018, he was appointed joint manager of Wingate and Finchley with Nicky Shorey. Imagine that as a managerial pairing.
Nicky Shorey.
And the third is a man who he goes down in history. He's got a stat that not many people, nobody has because he's the only person. He's the only ever Liverpool player to score his only ever goal in a final. And that was in the League Cup final in 2005. He's now a scout in Guinea-Bissau. Is that how you say it? And it's Antonio Nunes, of course. part of the Michael Owen transfer, the make weight in the deal. Yeah. Won a Champions League medal and a League Cup. He's won it all. He won La Liga with Real Madrid as well. Played until he was 39. And he said on his job in Guinea-Bissau about getting the players over that getting the paperwork is probably the most difficult part, but also the fact that most won't go on to play for big clubs. Yeah. So he doesn't really believe in where he's scouted.
Yeah.
Basically, it's really hard to get the paperwork, but it doesn't matter because you're all shit.
Yeah, and he was really looking forward to the next season at Liverpool. They just won the Champions League. He was just getting on the bus to go parade the trophy around Liverpool, and he was told by Rafael Benitez that he'll be no longer part of his plans, as he plans on getting Mark Gonzalez and Bolo Zenden.
Well, that's reminiscent of that fucking that Stephen Warnock. I got the message. You're not going.
Yeah.
I was annoyed. Yeah. I was pissed off. Everyone else got to go. Everyone else got to bring their wives, but not me.
But not him.
He told me a day before the final I wasn't going.
Yeah, well, he told Nunes as he was stepping on the bus to parade the trophy, he won't be there next season. He is also quoted, because obviously he's the only Liverpool player to ever score his only goal in a final. He said, "It's important to make history, and I wrote a small piece of history for Liverpool, and that makes me proud."
You chiseled the beginnings of a hieroglyph into a wall, Nunes. You didn't fucking build a Sistine Chapel.
We've gone from Akhenaten to the hieroglyphics.
He scored a goal. No, but that's typical of fans of big clubs. He'd be remembered as a god for Middlesbrough.
Yeah, he would.
If his one goal was in a final.
It was in extra time. I think he rose above Petr Cech, nodded it in, forced penalties. Yeah.
So he'd be fucking grateful for Nunes, otherwise we don't have a League Cup in 2005.
Yeah. The only Nunes I'm grateful is Darwin Nunes. That man. He will make anything into a song, and it won't be good.
It won't be.
Next week's guest, Pete Bock.
Well, it's funny. I mean, Nunes didn't actually win anything that year. I was just waiting for you guys to carry on celebrating, and I wanted to, tear down James' defences one more time because I think it's funny. That it's actually Chelsea went on to win it that year. So Nunes, he 2005.
Did he not win anything?
He didn't win it. No, but he's
2005. No, he didn't win it.
He didn't win it. No, he's
2005.
2005, yeah, League Cup final.
Oh, we're talking about Liverpool. We're talking about Chelsea. Chelsea fucking won. We fucking won it that year. We won the fucking league.
You had it. But no. It's the one thing he has in his career to tell the kids in Guinea-Bissau, don't you know, I'm the only Liverpool player to ever score his only goal for Liverpool in a final, and that seems to work. So,
and they say, yes, but can we get some, can we get on with the training, Nunes?
I think it's a bigger point to say that he was swapped.
A big club.
He was swapped for Michael Owen and about £7 million, wasn't he, in the end?
Yeah.
Which was one of the...
What happened to swap deals, by the way? That's no longer a thing, really, is it?
Bring back swap deals and player managers.
They are still a thing, but they're just done in a really weird way now.
Yeah, they are.
The one thing about American sports, especially in basketballs, where they go right, you want our best player, you can have him, but we want 3 of your mid-range guys, and I think that should happen.
Yeah.
You want Mbappe? give us Ben Chilwell.
I would say no to that, to be very honest. You're right, sound.
Right.
Well, put that to the vote on Instagram at some point in the future.
Another Barclays dozen. I'm trying this one bit. Baker's dozen. That's 13.
Yeah. Just don't worry about it, James. Just move on. Yeah.
No, as many people have told me, including my parents, not everything has to be a pun. But
James, I didn't mean to hurt you that much. I am sorry. It was a joke, mate. I'm really sorry.
We'll be dealing with this. You set off reacting.
Louis,
and they've just left the citizens of Pripyat to deal with it.
Louis, you have not even stoked the fires of neglect. You've not even lit the torch of
that's definitely a fucking early 2000s emo band lyric anyway. Stoke the fires. Stoke the fires of neglect.
That was a Lost Prophets song, wasn't it? Too soon, right?
Oh, we're playing Offender Bingo tonight because we've...
No one's safe. No one's
No
safe.
one.
Zing, zing, zing.
Especially all of
Especially-
I'm going to stay quiet now.
From
Watch out, paedophiles.
from
From paedophiles to left foot.
oh
Oh,
my
yeah,
god.
left feet. I forgot about that.
Yes. Popularized by Daniel Day-Lewis. We're talking about left feet, well, a left foot. Not my left foot, but the left foot of a potential Barclaysman.
The Frankenstein's Barclaysman.
We're each gonna give a left foot. We would deem.
Did we do a left foot, or were we on a right foot? What
We
we
did
on?
a right foot.
We've done a right
it.
foot.
I panicked and said Gerard. Backtracked and then said Jermaine Pennant. So we've all got a left foot to choose. Who would like to tie the lace first?
I'll go first and get it out of the way. He's a man who is in the top 10 goal scorers with his left foot in Premier League history with 46 goals. He's the Jermaine Defoe of the left feet, and that's Louis Saha. A man whose class at many, many clubs could strike from many, many distances. But yeah, 46 Premier League goals with his left foot, one behind Daniel Sturridge on 47.
Wow, very good, very good. Louis Saha enters the fray. Well, his left foot does. Who would like to go next?
I'm still trying to think. I'll let Louis go because I'm not a fucking. I'm trying to think of left-footed players.
I've got an extensive list of left footers, and I'll do my first, the honourable mention. We start with Adam Johnson. We'll follow up with Benjamin Mendy, but obviously he doesn't get on the list for my left footer. I've got a list. It went very long, but I'm going to put this forward because I was actually trying to have this discussion with Michael earlier because I wasn't sure if he actually fits, especially after what I was saying, but I kind of feel I could make a case for him. Left foot. He's known for having an amazing left foot, and he was at Chelsea in that season where we were just fantastic. There was an Irishman on one wing, and this man, Iron Robin, was on the right-hand side with his left foot.
He's only a left foot.
He's only left foot. Failing that, I do have other options that I could put forward. I thought about Manolo Gabbiadini, just for, the culture. But, there's one which I think is blatantly obvious, which if none of us say it, it's going to be insane and you lot are going to get it in the neck. But I'm going to go with Iron Robin. But if not, I can put forward somebody else.
No, you can have Robin. A very cultured one.
We've got Wes Hoolahan.
Oh.
Hachim Kasami.
Oh.
Alexander Kolarov.
Oh.
Stuart Downing.
Fucking hell.
Maynor Figueroa. Leighton Baines. And the obvious one, Pedersen.
No, yeah, of course.
I mean, the left foot, the gift that keeps on giving in the world of Barclays. How do you choose? Oh, is there a
Louis Barmore as well?
We could have eight left feet.
It's an arachnid, Frankenstein.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe if you
that's what spiders called. The spiders that are shit at dancing. You got 8 left feet. Come on.
Hey.
They could tie down a day less that many films.
Are you going with Iron Robin?
I'm going to go with Iron Robin as my one because I think he is the left foot. If you think left foot, you think Iron Robin. So I think I'm going to go with him.
Yes, fantastic shout. Theon, would you thought of anyone?
Because you said Kolarov, I'm going to steal him. I'm going to have Kolarov because I signed him on my infamous lockdown Borough on save on a Football Manager where we won everything. So he took Kavica under his wing, took a 20-year-old Kavica under his wing. And also I offered him a 2-year contract and he retired after 1 year. Just because he couldn't be asked. And then he's still on my coaching staff now, 12 years later, being just a scout that I don't use. So there we go.
Thanks for your service, Alexander.
You sent him to Guinea-Bissau.
Yeah.
Some good lads there.
Kolarov, Robin.
Saha.
Forgot yours, but Saha. I could have said Everington.
You could have, because that's a wand.
I haven't said Everington. Oh, I love the way you say wand. You said cultured wand before, and all I could think of was like
Another
I don't know.
Potter quiz.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a vibrator, but yeah, could do. Fair enough.
That's something like Drake, you don't deserve to carry a cultured one. Potter. Something like that. Anyway, that's the manager speaking to Darren Potter.
That's a librarian's vibrator. That's a
Hell
great
of a
name
left
for
foot,
band.
Darren Potter. Yeah.
That's a fucking great name for a band, by the way. Librarian's vibrator.
Non-friction.
That's one of the best ones I've ever come up with in the 2,600 that there are.
Oh, did you not hear
I'm
James's
going to write
reply?
that down right now.
James come back with non-friction. If you didn't hear that, so.
Can you introduce it like you're a BBC? You're in the live lounge, feeling as like.
Okay. I'll write it down later. I'll remember it.
Hello, everybody.
Just Jules Holland.
Look, Jules.
The library.
Librarian's vibrator, everybody.
We're having a fantastic evening at tonight's Hootenanny. We've seen the magic of Paloma Faith. We've seen Imelda May perform. But ladies and gentlemen, Librarian's vibrator.
That's a great impression. That is.
What a way to welcome him.
That's super. That's fucking. That's bird camp. Superb Holland. Oh.
Barrett when signing the merger.
That was good. That was a good one.
Thank you. It's good.
Librarian's vibrator though is a fantastic name for a band. There you go. Any budding bands watching who've not got a name? There you go.
Yeah. Oh, let's be honest. They'll last for 3 months, play one gig in Manchester, then fucking implode. I've gone with a bit biased. I've gone with Fabio Aurelio. Now, I think I can make a case for a bit of a what if. Whereas if he wasn't as hampered by injuries, I think he'd have been so much better. But maybe the fact that he was hampered by injuries has sort of maintained the mythical nature of his Barclaysman state.
I agree there.
He's not even the best left footer on that team.
He was noted as having one of the best left pegs in La Liga before he joined.
Yeah, the cracking left peg. I promise you, I'm not trying to rub this in Louis, but one of my abiding memories of him was that free kick against Chelsea where he had
Champions League.
And against Man United, I think, in the 4-1 win. He scored a free kick.
Yeah. The great
I just thought he'd set piece merchant, great, and I just thought I'd love to have seen more of him. It was like whenever he was on the team sheet, you were like, oh.
It's just his knees were made of Weetabix, weren't they? So.
Yeah, genuinely, his knees were made of shredded wheat.
Aurelio's definitely more Barclaysman than Risa, because Risa's more known. But Risa is Risa's left peg.
Well, yeah, Reese, good name for a band. Reese's left peg. Reese and Aurelio. But Reese and Aurelio, you kind of got two, like Reese would just fucking hammer it.
Yeah.
Whereas Aurelio, not to use an overstated term in football, had a bit more of a cultured foot on his left. And for that reason, I've gone with Fabio Aurelio. So there we go.
Yeah.
There you go. Right, yeah, put that to a vote. And at some date, indeterminate date in the future, look out for that at the CULTRAS Pod. Follow us on all social media at the CULTRAS Pod.
Barclays quartet of Fabio Aurelio, Sahar, Robin, and Kolarov.
There you go.
We're building a monster here that would get into any mid to low table team side.
Write a book about that, Mary Shelley. Dead for centuries. And so will this podcast be in a couple of minutes' time. We're nearly done. However, we do like to end with a little bit of fun, little game. Michael, would you like to explain?
Yes. So it's Fionn versus James, and now Louis as well. No guest, Louis, has got themselves on the board yet. Think of stars in reasonably priced cars on Top Gear. I'm going to name a team. I'm going to name a team. It's going to go round in, a triangle. You're going to name a player each until you can't. I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock.
Do 3, because last time we did 5.
I'll do 3, but I am introducing a new rule, so there's no cheating. If you do one within the last 10 seconds, the 10-second counter starts again, so you can't just hold on to it for the last
that's painful. Okay.
Yes.
This is now like baseball. It could theoretically go on forever.
It could. And what content that would be.
Oh, yeah.
So, the random team from the random generator today, where you're all going to name a player, is Newcastle United, friends of the show. Louis, as our esteemed guest, would you like to go first? It can be any player. It doesn't have to be Barclays. It's to name as many players as possible. So you can chuck 90s, you can chuck present in. Yeah.
Yeah, Louis, then me, then James. We'll do it that way.
3 minutes. And then when the 10-second ticker starts at the end, if you get it in the last 10 seconds, the 10 seconds starts again, a bit like an auction on eBay, to see who can get the ultimate winner. Right. So 3 minutes from now, go.
Shola Amiobi.
Chris Wood, fuck off.
James is a big Chris Wood fan, Louis.
That's fine.
Yeah, let's not waste time. Emre.
Fabrizio Colacini.
Denver Bar.
Jonas Gutierrez.
Happy Cisse.
Olivier Bernard.
Jermaine Genus.
Czech Tiote.
Laurent Wobber.
Kevin Nolan.
Always stumped.
Shay Given.
Nobby Solano.
Stephen Carr.
Davide Santon.
Oh,
Great shout.
Oh. Steve Harper.
Perennial number 2.
Jose Enrique.
Tim Ben Arthur.
Babayaro. Celestine Babayaro.
Just in case.
Just in case. Just in case.
2 minutes on the clock, James.
Okay, that's fine, because I'm going to go with Obafemi Martin.
Oh, that's funny.
Can you repeat that? You had a bit of lag. I don't know why I said that like a game show host.
I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with Jeremy.
Oh, Tim Krul.
Oh, Charles Inzogbia.
Damien Tough.
Alan Shearer.
Oh, Shearer. Oh, love me, pathetic. John Joe Shelby.
Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he?
James Milner.
Aaron Hughes.
Kieran Dyer.
1 minute left on the clock.
I'm going to go with... what's his name? Oh, my God, it's on the tip of my
Don't
tongue.
know, that's your job.
Oh, I know. Lee Bowyer.
Kieran Dyer.
Oh, yeah.
I've said Kieran Dyer.
Stephen Taylor.
Ryan Taylor.
We thought we had Ryan Taylor already.
Yeah, we've had Ryan Taylor.
We mentioned him earlier in the
pretty
episode.
sure we did. Well,
Run it back.
Have I said James Milner already?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to
30
go...
seconds.
I'm now drawing a blank. Oh, this isn't going well.
Not my dad.
20.
No, I'm out. I can't think of anyone. Not off the top of my head. I'm gone.
Joe Linton.
Scott Parker.
Harvey Barnes.
10.
Sean Longstaff.
Matty Longstaff.
10.
Double London, Light and Dot, Solomon Rondon.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Almiron.
10.
Lascelles.
Oh,
5, 4, 3.
Matty Ryan.
Wow, the pussy. Don't know what that was, but
Niall
10.
Ranger.
Wow.
Ranger. Oof.
Back to Egypt
This
again.
one was a Nair Ranger.
No.
10, 9, 8, 7,
Isak.
10.
Sibierski.
Wow.
Sibierski didn't play for
He
Newcastle,
did. He
Fuck
did.
off.
10, 9.
I like Sibierski.
I like Sibierski. 6.
Ben Arthur.
5.
I've already said Ben Arthur.
No, it's
Oh.
no.
3, 2. Look at Jimsy's face.
No,
1.
you can have Newcastle. Fuck it. No.
Howie. James.
Oh, yeah.
On the time
Running
is all
away.
mine.
I think we need to bin the
actually
fucking the 10-second rule. That needs binning because otherwise it's just fucking that's
It gives
bullshit.
us plenty of opportunity and
it's
no
bullshit.
room to cheat. Like somebody last week, I won't say who, held on to one with 2 seconds left, then put his idea in. Hence why I've had to. No. Yes. So yeah, that's the game. Man. James is now 5-1-0-0-0. However many guests we've had up. Fion's only won his beloved Middlesbrough, and that was horrific. Yeah, that was painstaking. Yeah, I think it was Ross Turnbull on the buzzer or something.
I'd explain, Matt. I am undiagnosed, so
you're not under. You don't, James. You don't. A man with an arrow through his head doesn't need a diagnosis. Fucking blindly obvious.
We are going to turn this into a national challenge as well, a 1 minute, 60-second challenge. Challenge James at Barclaysmen. Yeah.
I tried to be too cool with it. I tried to be like I was trying to avoid going into current Premier League.
Yeah, and then I just thought that was just going through. I could have had Dan Burn. I was back in for a card.
Nobody went Rule Fox. Shocking.
Yeah, it's hard to. I just really struggle on the spot. Like I think, that's like I'm like David Beckham. Full.
Alpi. Was that him?
It's a current reference. Yeah. I'm sick of this game anyway.
Warren
Barton. Hell of a head of hair. At one point, they had Warren Barton at right back. They had Darren Peacock at centre back, and I think Barry Venison as well was there, just around the same time.
What a name! Barry Venison.
It's Barry Venison.
It's Barry Venison.
That's the best cooking show never made. Oh dear, it's Barry Venison. Oh dear, with Ray Mears and Barry Venison. Oh dear.
For more cooking show ideas, join us weekly.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Barry Venison. Barry takes around his favourite butchers.
You don't get that with any other names, do you?
You know what you do? Is you get Vinnie Jones. Vinnie Jones to do the fucking he does the narration. Right, so we're going to take Barry Venison to have a butcher's at the butcher's.
You could have another one called Offal Side, where you look at the the sort of ethics on abattoirs.
Oh, no, that's a great name for a fucking metal band.
That's it. That is definitely, that's a panorama with him. That's going to be a BBC One.
The ethics of abattoirs.
Seeing that's made my fucking head spin.
Oh, fucking hell.
Have you got any other meat-related footballers?
Oh, funny. No, I think that's it.
Did he Haman?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Going into Delhi territory now.
Yeah.
Deli
Alley. He takes us down our favourite delis. We don't have to be in alleys, but they can be.
Yeah. That's a hipster restaurant waiting to be made. Deli Alley. Just an alley of deli. Yeah, shit. Anyway, we should have left it there. But
we didn't.
Louis, where can people find you, mate? What's your crack on social media? Not your actual crack, your Irish version with an AIC. Nope, he's frozen. Nope, he's back. Is he back?
He's back.
Oh, dear. Oh my God, I'm back. Please, the one thing I've just moved, like I said earlier, and I've still not got the Wi-Fi. I'm hotspotting, and I do apologise, gents. If you want to see. If you want to see more ridiculous jokes and me bullying people that I do shows with, please come across to the Chelsea Echo, where we do previews and reviews of all the Chelsea games. And also, if you want to see me cut people's hair, head across to my YouTube channel, Louis Beneventi, where we do a show called Making the Cut, where I cut someone's hair and talk shit to him. But I've not. That's
there's a good episode,
but it's coming back.
There's a good episode when my Turkish airline grows back. We'll do that.
Because what I was going to say was your episode. Just let it go, mate. We'll figure something out. But
or we could Coming in.
What we could do, what if we just like took some of the hair from the beard
Just
straight on?
It'll do. Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, there's that. And then obviously on Twitter and Instagram, it's at Louis Beneventi. On Instagram, at Louis_Beneventi on the old Twitterings, or X, formerly known as Twitter.
It's always Twitter.
It's always Twitter, yeah. Proper Twitter. None of this woke X. But it's not woke, is it? That's the problem. But Nazi X. Utter Nazi nonsense. Anyway, but yeah, thank you very much for coming on, Louis. It was an exceptional episode. We believe that.
Thank you, mate.
Lads, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. I was waiting for the call up. As soon as I got the best highlight of 2024 was getting a follow back from the CULTRAS pod in the Barclaysman era. I was like, I was sat in the pub with mates. I just went, here, lads. Yeah, you ready? I can have that. Yeah, fucking yeah, well done. You see a picture of my dog in sunglasses. So, it's close enough. But, it was there. It was good. You do what you're doing.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Thank you. You can follow us at CULTRAS Pod on all platforms. And if you've enjoyed this podcast and thought, I really like this, but what I'd love more is to listen to it 48 hours earlier, well, you can by giving us £1 on our Patreon.
_ultras.
_ultras, where we overscore on content.
Yeah.
And you can.
There might be a little bit of this that we can chop up and dissect as well, so we can make a little one. But yeah,
as the biology teacher said to the frog. But we'll be.
Just James, just fuck off, mate. Just fuck off. You're wasting everyone's time, mate. What's this?
Sorry.
I had to squeeze one more in.
As
the biology
you can follow us,
teacher.
on all platforms, and we'll be back next week with another guest discussing more nonsense. Cheers, thank you very much, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.